One, there needs to be honesty and sincerity about where we are as a country, not political propaganda. Political propaganda aimed at dismissing all the progress we have made and creating an impression that there's a criminally managed economy that has been inherited and somebody's here to save it. When you start off on that front, you will not get the honest solutions from all of society. So one, there has to be honesty at the very heart of it, that these are the facts about the Ghanaian economy. Nobody should now come and try and restate the facts or change those ones. Two, there must be an understanding that there's collective responsibility. All of us have a part to play. So what is everybody's part? It's not that one person has power today and therefore he's going to use that power, as it were, to inflict economic decisions on other people. But what is the collective responsibility of all parts? If you look at my budget debate, I think last 2 years in Parliament, that's the point I was making, that we have collective responsibility and everybody, every institution has to play a part of that collective responsibility. I think number three as well, there must be some good faith shown by the government. For example, payments that are due that the government is refusing to pay will be unfair to private sector and unfair to the economy. They are justified, bona fide payments that must be paid. Revenues have to be collected. The government has to be bold to collect it. If they are not bold to collect it, they will end up borrowing 67 billion in 2 months like they have done now. Number three, people that they are sacking from work just so that they will create artificial vacancies to recruit NDC sympathizers is something that is untoward and should not be countenanced. So there must be honesty, there must be collective responsibility, and then there must be good faith from government. I don't need to answer that question honestly. The data on that economy is available. If you check the data that has been published, it will tell you where inflation was, where growth was, where gross international reserves were, where our gold reserves were, where our debt position was. Sometimes we make it between NDC and MPP, but that shouldn't be the case. There is data, you independent media houses, and I watch the work you do, very respectable work. You can pull up the data in your infographics and let the people know that, well, when the MPP came to power, Ghana's gold reserves were just about 8 billion. When they were leaving power, they had raised it to about 30 billion. That when the MPP was assuming power, Ghana's gross international reserves were at this particular point. And when they were leaving, they had increased it to this particular point. Yes, Ghana's debt was here, but they had moved it here. Growth was at 3.5, they had moved it here. That is data that should not be politicized. And that's what we are trying to advise against. There shouldn't be NDC says, MPP says. What is the data according to the Bank of Ghana? What's the data according to the Ghana Fiscal Service? What's the data according to the World Bank and the IMF? If that data says that the Ghanaian economy was growing stronger, yes, had vulnerabilities, yes, had debt, then that is the state of the economy. We don't need to reinvent that wheel.